today's video. I am so excited. So I'm going to be recreating the Essie fall collection for 2024. The collection is called Punk at Heart. I've kind of been looking at the new fall collections coming out from the different brands, and I want to do a couple of recreates because I feel like when I did that earlier in the year, you guys were fairly interested in that. And I think that it's kind of good for me to sort of like shop in my collection and really utilize all the polishes I have. And it's a series that I enjoy when other people do it as well. So, this year, you guys, I'm really excited for fall polishes. I don't know who I am. Usually in the years past, I'm hanging on to Simmer with a death grip, and I'm hanging on to Simmer polishes with the death grip. And I was kind of pulling polishes and doing research and getting ready for this video, and I am starting to build my fall rack early, and I'm just like really excited to sort of be like dark and vampy. So earlier in the week I was kind of like taking my own temperature, like, girl, you feeling okay? Looking in the mirror, like, yeah, it's still Joe. She hasn't gone anywhere. She's not been abducted by aliens. She's just excited for fall. Joe is now a fall girly. Who knew? You can teach an old dog new tricks, apparently. And so I have a color wheel here for you. And this is sort of like the color story for Essie's fall. I'll put a whole collection here, bottle shots and swatches. The swatches I'm sharing with you guys of the collection are from Nail Lacquer Therapy, Janixa. I think that's how you pronounce her name, Janixa or Janika. She has reviewed the full collection, and so has Phoebe also reviewed the full collection. Those are the two videos I also watched to kind of like get some inspiration and information about the collection. I did not swatch these, so I will be showing them to you on a nail wheel. And I don't have exact matches for some of the stuff, but I just feel like overall you're trying to get the vibes, right? The fall vibes are vibing. It's not like an exact match, but it's giving you a similar feel. That way you can kind of like scratch the itch and you don't have to feel like you got to go buy everything that comes out for fall. So I guess let's start with the green of the collection. So you can see here I do have a lot of variety in my green choices. But again, it's just more of a vibe, you guys. We're trying to get a vibe. So this green is called Patch It Up. I really like the name. I think it's cute. I think it's an interesting color story because I feel like this pink sort of like, it's interesting. It's not everybody's cup of tea for fall, but it is my cup of tea. So the greens I have to share with you guys for what I picked are, first up is going to be this one. It's sort of, I feel like the closest match to what is in the collection, and it is sort of more of a like, it's not a grass green necessarily, but I feel like it's a little less deep than this second green, and then obviously this is a lot lighter. I just feel like it is a closer match to what Essie has put out. So this one is from Kokie, and this is going to be Wild Child from Kokie. I really love the Kokie packaging, you guys. I love these like little striped caps. I picked this up at Sally's. Oh, it's been a minute. They don't really sell these anywhere else in my area besides Sally's. And this is like probably the first or second one I have. I do not have a ton of Kokies in my collection. I wanted to kind of show you the brush on this just because Kokie is new to me. And it's not a wide brush. It's not a super thin brush. I did not mind application of this polish. It has a great formula. So I'm using a clear nail wheel here. And this did get opaque in 2 coats. I feel like clear nail wheels are more realistic swatch wise because they're clear. When you use opaque ones, you can kind of get away with less coats, but when you go to your regular nail, that's not necessarily the case. But again, 2 easy coats on this on the nail wheel. I think it's gorgeous. I think it's beautiful for fall. I feel like it's interesting, and it's definitely something I'm considering putting on my fall rack. And I've been doing a lot of research for just fall in general because you guys know how I am. Green is the color of fall this year, and it's going to be any type of green, whether it's like a deep green, a chartreusey green, lime greens. Any type of green for fall is going to be hot, you guys. Hot, hot, hot. So I think you will be seeing a lot of green polish going into fall, a lot of green nail art, things like that. Another big thing for green is like purses, green accessories. So yeah, green is it. Green has been having a moment for a few years. I feel like green was the color of the summer 2 years ago, and then that went straight into fall as well. That green was more of a grass green, very specific color, but now green is being more open. So definitely something you may want to put on your fall rack, and something you're going to be seeing a lot of in stores and just in general. And then next up is going to be this Orly. This is more like an army type green, I feel. And this one is called Wild Willow. This has an amazing formula, you guys. 2 coats to get opaque. I feel like Orly just keeps getting better and better and better. And I also appreciate like the larger bottle sizes for the price. Orly just, I feel, is slightly underrated as a mainstream brand. I feel like OPI is kind of everybody's top mainstream. Or that's my opinion. I could be wrong, but I feel like Orly just is kind of under the radar sometimes, and they're amazing. Formulas are amazing. Sometimes I feel like the collections they put out are a little questionable, I'm not gonna lie, but they have some really good tried and true favorites, and this is such a good green, you guys. I feel like it is very flattering on my skin tone as well. Gorgeous, gorgeous color, you guys. Interesting. I could see this being like a full, beautiful manicure in the fall. And then like I could picture myself wearing this and then kind of having some camo pants or like a long olive sweater. Another thing that's super hot for fall this year is going to be cheetah print. And I know people are like, cheetah print is always in, but this year it's like on fire. And so I could see this working with some sort of like cheetah printed ensemble. You're gonna see a lot of like baggier cheetah print jeans and pants. That's the number one thing I've been seeing, is the trend in the pants. But cheetah tops are in, cheetah accessories, if you have like a cheetah printed purse, all of that is gonna be in. Bust out your cheetah, people. Do not be afraid. And then next up, this is way lighter, but this is one of my favorite greens. And as I was like getting into my polishes, I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to pull this out. This will probably end up on my fall rack this year. And this is Sinful Colors Beau Khaki. This is an older polish, came out several years ago, limited edition Sinful color. Great formula on this, 2 coats to get opaque. It's just a really beautiful, interesting, intriguing green. I've worn this several times. I hunted this down. I remember this was like all the rage when it came out. Gives me total nostalgia vibes. I really love this polish. So first up there. Next polish in the collection I want to talk about is going to be called Studs and Spikes. And when I first saw this polish from the collection, it right away took me back to an older Essie, and I'll show you guys which one. My mind went immediately to this polish, and it's so funny when that happens to me because I have thousands of polishes, and when I see something right away, my mind's like ding, 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 and like this polish just like pops into my head, and it's like, yes. That's probably why I don't remember so much more important information. Like sometimes I can't even remember my coworkers' names, but I can remember like song lyrics from 1984. Like if you ask me to sing Madonna Like a Virgin, boom, have it. If you ask me to quote a line from E.T., boom, got it. If you flash me a polish, I could probably name you 3 polishes that are similar, right off the top of my head. But if you ask me my coworker who sits and shares the office with me for a year's name, sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't. Like there has to be room to keep important things such as polishes in my head, and other things that are not as important, like coworkers' names, birthdays, all that stuff has to go out. Like there's not room for that. Sorry. Priorities. But this is the first thing that sort of came to mind. And so I really wanted to show it to you guys. So this is an older Essie polish, and this was the one. Now that I look at swatches, they are not as similar as I thought by any stretch of the imagination, but they do have a similar vibe. So this one is going to be Frock and Roll from Essie. This is sort of like a plummy, purpley, taupey kind of polish, and it has a really beautiful sort of like shimmer in it. The shimmer is gorgeous on the nail. Great formula, perfect for fall. This totally will be going on my fall rack. Great formula. I think I already said that. But it's just a really gorgeous sort of like deeper vampy polish, and I really really love it. The polish in the collection is definitely a lot more like metallic and shimmer-tastic. When I saw the swatches, I was kind of like, not as close as I thought. My memory is not the best, but it is a similar vibe. So I wanted to share it, and it is a Essie I really do love. And so, yeah. Then the other polish I pulled for this is a little bit more purple than what the collection polish is. I feel like the polish in the collection, just sort of has a tad more shimmer and like metallic to it, but this is close and it's really pretty, and it's just an older polish in my collection that I probably wouldn't have looked at or pulled if I had not been trying to like do this experiment. So this one is called Rendezvous with You. This was sent to me by a near and dear polish friend, and I really thought it was super gorgeous. It has a lot of beautiful shimmer, very metallic, not brush strokey though, good formula. I think could be opaque in one coat if you were careful. And here it is on the nail. So it has some really gorgeous like shimmery metallic-y vibes, and I just feel like it fits the vibe of what was in the collection just a little bit more than what I originally thought. Just a tad more purple as opposed to, I feel like the collection one is a little more brown. And then last up, you guys, this is such a good polish too. This is from China Glaze, and this one is called Cowboy By. So it's sort of like a multi-chrome, purplish, brownish, greenish, swampy kind of situation. And then it has some really subtle but beautiful, like tiny little holographic specks. This is a little more sheer, 3 coats to get opaque. I feel like it's a little sheer because it needs for that shimmer to pop through so much darkness. But I really love this polish as well. I feel like it's just like dark and fall and vampy, and you're like a fall vampy goddess laying on a pile of leaves when you wear this. And I'm here for it. So I think between the two, this is going to end up on my fall collection just because I have not worn this in a really long time, as opposed to this one I feel like I've worn more recently. I could be wrong, but this is pulling me a little bit more. But this is really good, and this is the Cowboy By on the nail wheel. And as you guys can see, it's a little bit more like a brown. The holographic shows up really pretty. It's beautiful. And so if you have this and you are sort of feeling the vibe of the Essie one, then this is very similar. Then next up is Loud and Proud. I feel like this is sort of the oddball of the collection, just because pink doesn't necessarily say fall to a lot of people, especially this sort of like lighter, I don't know, it's not bubblegum, but to me it was saying grandma. So you know how I feel about that. Give me all the grandma vibes. But it is definitely an interesting choice for fall, but a choice I am here for. I feel like you can't go wrong with a good grandma shade in fall. It's very chic, it's very sophisticated. Grandmas love the fall too. Like, give me some hot cocoa in my robe, watching some steel magnolias while it's like the leaves changing outside. Total grandma vibes. That's how I would spend a grandma Saturday. So first polish I have to share with you guys on this nail wheel is going to be by OPI, and this is going to be Suzy is Hungry Again. This is a very old OPI polish. I think this was one of the first OPI polishes I ever owned. I used to be obsessed with HSN and QVC. I don't have cable anymore or satellite, so I don't watch them, which is sad. Which is sad for me, but happy for my wallet, probably. But they had like this, what would I call it? Like a must-have OPI set. I was new to polish collecting, so I ended up ordering the set, and this was one of the polishes that came in it. It has a great formula, 2 to 3 coats to get opaque, I feel, depending on nail length. But really, really beautiful. And again, something I would probably wear more in spring. But now, Essie is telling me I could pull this out with no shame in fall, so I plan to. But here it is on the nail, you guys. Look at how pretty that is. Oh my gosh, obsessed. Love, 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 love. Gorgeous, gorgeous polish. Oldie but a goodie. Just perfect. I feel like it is a little bit more coral than the shade in the Essie collection. But again, similar vibes. If you guys want to like do something every time I say the word vibes, I think that you should, because they say you could do like drinking games like that. Every time somebody says something, you take a drink. I don't want to encourage that, but if you want to like clap or scream or something every time I say vibes, you probably should. Then next up, I feel like this is the closest to what is in the Essie collection, and this is going to be Zoya Kay. So this came out a few years ago. I don't remember the collection to be specific, but it was all pinks, and I was really in love with the collection and obsessed with it because you guys know me, love me some pink. This has a great formula, 2 coats to get opaque. Beautiful, beautiful polish, you guys. And again, something I would probably wear more spring, summer, but Essie said it's okay. So if Essie says it's okay, right? To not be seasonal polish wear. Essie gave us special permission. They wrote us a note. Please allow Jo to wear whatever she wants a few times in the fall. Sincerely, Essie. But this is so beautiful, you guys. Gorgeous on my skin tone, I feel, and I just really I'm excited for this. Then this is a little bit more in the grandma-esque category in my opinion, but this is one of my favorite polishes of all time. Super flattering. This is one of those polishes that it just applies so good. I feel like I could apply this polish in my sleep, or maybe possibly blindfolded, or I don't know, think of scenarios that make no sense where you would apply a polish and it would be flawless. That would be the scenario. One hand tied behind my back. That's kind of dumb, but you guys get the point. It's super nice. So this is from Essence, and this is called Dreaming of Love. You guys, this is so good. It is bright, but it does have a lot of grandma appeal to me, and it is deeper than these other two that I have showed you, so I feel like it is a little bit more fall, something you would see more for fall as opposed to like the bright pinks. And you guys, look at this. So chic, so pretty, just it's perfect. And I feel like it has a fall aesthetic totally. So love this one. Love. Okay, so next up in the collection is going to be Punk at Heart, namesake of the collection. This is more of a little bit of like a deepened teal type color, like a blacked out teal. I had a hard time finding a polish to match this in my collection, and I was actually kind of sad about that. I thought I would have like an exact match, honestly, and I don't. I do have things that are similar, but it is something that I may consider looking for. So I have 3 to share, but as you can see, they're just all sort of a little different. So first one is going to be from OPI, and this one is CIA. Color is awesome. I love this polish, you guys. I've worn it a few times. I just feel like this collection, the Kerry Washington collection, I think that's what it was called. I feel like this was an epic collection from OPI. All the polishes were so good. Formulas were so good. Color story was amazing. It was just an epic high for me from OPI. I love this color. I think it's super flattering. It's very chic. It's eye-catching. It's everything. It's super pretty. Great formula on this as well. 2 coats to get opaque. And just, I mean, it's beautiful. It's very like vampy, but not in a way that you would expect. I associate vampy more with these like deep, like blood red colors or like deep plums. And this is totally different, but it's so good. But I just don't feel like this is as deep as the polish in the Essie collection. Like it's just more teal and not as blacked out. But I really love this one, you guys. If you have this and you haven't worn it, I would totally get it out for fall. I just think it's so pretty, and I definitely think I'm gonna have this on my fall rack because it's beautiful. Then I have an oldie but a goodie to share with you guys. I feel like this is the closest to the Essie in the collection, and it's from Sinful Colors, and this is Calypso. So this is one of the first Sinful color polishes I bought when I got into collecting, and you guys, it's so good. I really miss Sinful Colors, and I really get upset when I go into my Sinful color collection and pull stuff out and I'm just like, why Sinful Colors? Why why God, why? It Has a great formula, 2 to 3 coats to get opaque on this. When I first bought this and I first put it on, I never used to do cuticle cleanup because I didn't even know that was a thing. And so when I first wore it, like I had super short nubby nails. I didn't clean up my cuticles. Like it was a disaster. I had this everywhere. But I loved it. It made me happy. Now that I like obviously do proper nail care and cuticle cleanup and all of that stuff, like I just think it's even more beautiful. But when I first got this and I had it like all over my cuticles and my short nubby nails, like you couldn't tell me nothing. I was in it to win it. I was amazing. I was nail tech of the century. But I really love this and I just think it's great, and it's like a oldie but a goodie, and one of these two is definitely going on my fall rack this year because it's just, they're beautiful and they're great. These type of colors are really beautiful also under like flaky toppers, you guys. Oh, like those multi-chrome flake toppers, put one of those over this and you guys will fall in love, in total love. They're perfect for that. So this is 2 coats of Calypso on the nail wheel. And again, I just think this is very close to the Essie polish. It's like, could be mistaken for black, but it is obviously like tealy green. Super, super pretty, you guys. Gorgeous, gorgeous polish. One of my favorite Sinful colors and just very nostalgic looking back on it. Then this was a gift from a polish friend of mine. She sent me a ton of older polishes and things that were in her collection, and this is called Not Now from Pure Ice. This is shimmery, but I feel like it sort of has that deep teal vibe, and so I pulled it out and I decided to put it in this video. This is a gorgeous polish, you guys. The shimmer on it is so beautiful. It literally looks like velvet, and this is for sure going on my fall rack. It's so pretty. Again, Pure Ice. Why? Like, just why? Why did you decide to stop? Why did you go away? Why did you leave me this way? Like, it just makes me so sad, you guys, and almost angry. It makes me sad for sure, though. Like, the heyday of drugstore polish, what a time to be alive. And now it's just not as exciting. It's a little bit sad and depressing. But so good. Happy to have this in my collection. And again, I said this will be on my fall rack. It is so beautiful, so gorgeous. In love. Next up is going to be a Leather Weather, and that is sort of like a blackened sort of plum color, very close to black. Again, could be mistaken for black, but it's plum. Leather Weather, I love the name. FYI, in all my fall research, leather jackets are going to be in sort of like the bigger bomber style that we wore maybe in like the early 90s. Those are very in style, but also what we wore more towards the later 90s, where it was kind of like a leather fitted jacket, like a thinner leather, more tapered to the body. I don't know if you guys remember those. I have one in my closet still from Wilson Leather that I probably bought in like 1999. Those will also be in. And suede is very hot for fall, which I feel like suede is hot for fall every year. It's like suede for fall, groundbreaking. But suede is in. Suede bags are going to be really big this year. Suede bags are hard for me though. I feel like they're hard to keep clean, and if it rains, you're kind of like screwed. And so take that for what you will, but that will be in. So first up here, I have from OPI, this is called Sleigh Parking Only. Sleigh like as in Santa sleigh. So I'm guessing this was from a holiday collection. This was also in the big polish box my friend sent me. You guys, so good. I had a hard time getting this open. I had to like pry it open with some pliers. But it's so pretty. I'm so glad I was able to crack the bottle here, because pop the top because it's gorgeous. It has a great formula as well. 2 coats to get opaque. Very deep, dark, vampy, sexy, everything. Just everything you could think of. This will also be going on my fall rack. I may not even have to make a fall rack video because I'm telling you all my secrets. But so good, you guys. I think it's so just chic and like flattering, and could be mistaken for black, but it's not. It's so good. I can totally see this like for fall with like a burgundy sweater, and I'm wearing some leggings, and maybe I have some like slouchy socks with my platform Uggs. I could totally see that. it's just, oh, it's perfect, you guys. Great, great, great polish. And again, excited for this for fall. Then I have this L'Oreal. This is, oh, you guys, these are in French or something. Grenat, Irreverent, something like that. This is like a very, very deep kind of oxblood red. I don't feel like it's plum per se, but again, has the vibes. But it's definitely more red than this one. And you can kind of see it more in like outdoor lighting, I feel. But again, very similar to black. Vibes are very, very similar. Very chic, very sexy, very vampy. All of the above. Just perfect for fall. A gorgeous, perfect, chic fall polish, in my opinion. So this has a great formula as well. 3 coats to get opaque. It's a little bit on the like squishy jellyish side, but really, really good. And then this is not really as close as I was remembering. I wore this polish a few times. I remember loving it. This is OPI's Feel The Chemis-Tree. This came out, gosh, it's probably been like about 5 years. It's been a minute. But I remember when this came out, this was like all the rage, like favorite of this collection. It was obviously a holiday collection, and it has this very beautiful glow, but this is more purple and not as deep as I was remembering. So here it is on the nail. You can see it's definitely shades lighter than, you know, these two. It has a gorgeous, gorgeous shimmer. It's really beautiful. So I decided to include it just to kind of like jog your all's memory. So gorgeous, you guys. Super excited for this one as well. It may go on my fall rack. I'm not sure because I have worn it a few times, and I'm trying to kind of do a mix of like things that I love that are old favorites and like things I have not worn. So, but gorgeous polish, you guys. If you have it, get it out. It's beautiful. And then last polish of the collection is going to be this sort of like shimmery teal, and this is called Never Too Bold. Words to live by. Never too bold. So this is sort of like a shimmery teal. The polish in the collection seems sort of like almost metallic, or I don't know. It has a very beautiful shimmer finish though. And again, I thought I would have things a little more close to this than I did, but I did get some shimmer and I did get some teal, so I consider that a win. This is sort of cheating. So this is a People of Color beauty that I have in my collection that has never been released. When we were trying to curate the Por la Cultura collection that I did with People of Color beauty, we had picked a few shades and then they just kind of didn't fit what we were going for, and this was one of them. So she ordered, she got, you know, a sample of the polish, and then, you know, when we were kind of trying, is like, this doesn't really say spring, it's not going with the rest of the color story. And so she sent it to me because I was in love with it, and it's so beautiful, you guys. It's like a very gorgeous like dark teal. It has some holographic in it. Great formula on this. I have never worn it. It doesn't even have a name. There's like no label on it. A prized possession, because it's like unreleased, and it's just good memories and really fun. It is on the nail wheel, you guys. It has this very beautiful glow. It's amazing. And the shimmer does stand out. I feel like it's sort of being washed out by the lights a little bit, but when you get closer up, like, you can definitely see it. I think this will go on my fall rack as well. So gorgeous, you guys. So gorgeous. Then this is a little bit more green leaning than what is in the collection, but it's beautiful nonetheless. And I feel like it's an older polish that a lot of you may have, and it's sort of, you know, again, just similar vibes. This is Soirée. I didn't do it. It's like a get opaque on your own sort of like glitter bomb, or I'm sure you could wear it as a topper over like a similar base color. Maybe put one coat. Gorgeous polish, you guys. I love these finishes from China Glaze of like the get opaque on their own glitters. The only thing I don't like is they do tend to kind of thicken up, which I don't appreciate. But then you just add some thinner and you're good to go. But this is gorgeous. This is 3 coats on the nail wheel, you guys, and then you would probably want like a glitter smoothing top coat. But it's really beautiful, very holiday and festive as well, and just it's fun for fall, in my opinion. And then last up, this was also in the big polish box my friend sent me. She had a lot of really beautiful fall stuff that I probably necessarily would not have picked up for myself, because I consider myself more of a summer girly. But when I was going through these boxes trying to find stuff to fit into this video, I pulled a lot of stuff for my fall rack, and I pulled a lot of stuff that I don't feel like I would have normally bought or picked, but I was like, this is so pretty. And so I'm very excited. But this is an older China glaze as well, and this is called Sex in the City. You guys, it's so beautiful. It is a little bit sheer. I feel like it could be a 3 to 4 coater depending on your nail length. But you guys, or you could maybe put it over like a similar base color. But it's so pretty. It's so bright. It's just, oh, it's amazing. Speaking of Sex in the City, so Sex in the City is currently on Netflix to rewatch. And I recently rewatched all 5 or 6 seasons of the show, and I rewatched it with Justin, and it was so funny because he would get so irritated like with some of the storylines, and he was like, I hate her, I hate him, I hate them. And now that I was rewatching, I don't like Carrie anymore. I have decided Carrie is toxic. Like, everything has to be about Carrie. Nobody else can share problems or talk without Carrie taking over the conversation. Carrie is very mean to like her friends, and they put up with a lot. They listen to her talk about Big non-stop. They listened to her talk about cheating on Aiden with Big, the whole 9. If you guys haven't watched it, sorry, spoilers ahead. And I just like really get irritated with her. And when I first watched it, that was not my take. And also, I kind of always wanted to see Big and Carrie together. But now I'm like, Big was not that into you, Carrie. Big was not about you. He was not that into you, girl. Sorry. I think as I have like matured and like developed my brain, and just like, life experiences, and, having been through my divorce and all this stuff, like I see it through such a different lens that I was like, Carrie is toxic. Carrie is toxic. I feel like I really loved Charlotte more the second time around. I feel like they painted her very much as like a simpleton. But I don't see her that way this time around. I feel like she knows what she wants. She's like a hopeless romantic, but that's okay. Samantha, I really appreciated as well. I feel like she's just her. Like, she's just her, and she just does what she does, and she's unapologetic for it. But she doesn't judge everybody, and she just, does her thing. Miranda, I have some mixed thoughts on Miranda as well. But my number 1 takeaway is Carrie is toxic. My number 2 takeaway is Big was not that into Carrie. And he kind of like settled for her as time went on. Yeah. Then I rewatched the movies, right? Because Justin wanted to know what was going to happen. Well, I wanted him to know what was going to happen because I'm like, it doesn't end here. So we watched the 2 movies, and yeah, just the whole, I don't know. So I'm debating watching the new series. Let me know if you guys have watched it. Like the one that's like set, I don't know how many years later, 20 years later, whatever it is. Let me know if I need to watch that, because I feel that I do, just to know what keeps going on with the storyline. But then I've heard it's not good. So let me know if you guys have like watched Sex in the City. Have you watched the new series? What are your thoughts? Have you rewatched it at an older age, and what are your thoughts? I still love the fashion in the movie. I feel like it's amazing. Carrie's newspaper print Dolce & Gabbana dress still takes my breath away. I mean, that look just, she kills it. Like my niece says, she ate in that dress. I love Charlotte's fashion. I feel like it's very simple but sporty and chic. Samantha's fashion I don't love as much. I feel like she has a lot of cringy moments with some of her outfits. Miranda's fashion is hit or miss for me. But Carrie, just, I love Carrie. I love Carrie's fashion, the bags, the shoes, all of it, the interesting outfits. The costume designer on that show was a genius. But yeah. Anyway, my rant on Sex in the City. So let me know what you guys think of my personal collection for the Essie Punk at Heart. Is this anything that you're interested in? Do you plan to pick up anything from this collection? Did you have any of the polishes I talked about in the video? I might do this for the Morgan Taylor fall. Let me know if that's something you guys are interested in seeing. I also have a fall color trends, probably part 1 and 2. I have a couple of color palettes that I'm really feeling for fall. There's some very specific colors that are going to be in for fall, green and red being 1 and 2. Again, cheetah, neutrals. Denim is huge for fall, you guys. Like full denim outfits, denim everything, denim. Red cowboy boots are the shoe of the fall. Moto boots are making a comeback. I was debating getting a pair, but I feel like the aesthetic that is in right now is too young for me, so I'm not sure. I did get my red cowboy boots though. But yeah, those are a couple of things I'm looking at talking about for fall. I'm also going to be doing a fall polish rack. Is there anything else for fall you guys would want to see me talk about? If there is, leave it in the comments down below. I was thinking of also doing maybe a summer to fall transition video, like polishes that work, kind of taking you into fall. Because it's still, like, I'm literally talking about fall polishes and it's like 95 degrees outside. And it's going to be hot for a minute. So is there something that kind of fits that in between time where all the fall fashions are out and people are like craving that, but it's still hot, so you don't want to look totally crazy? Let me know if that's something y'all are interested in. But anyway, that is it for this video, you guys. If you liked it, please make sure to click the like button down below. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do. Thanks you guys for watching. I'll see y'all in the next video. I hope you're having an amazing day. Bye.